Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the MTG Paper Legacy Discord Fight Night. I am Pres BOTW, joined here by my co-host Pope Hoffy. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Let's get into round 3. I'm so excited. We've got a really fun matchup of Goblins and Nick Fick. Doc, one of our mods here, has been grinding to figure out how to make this deck work. It was even funnier because an hour ago, before we started the stream, about an hour, we found out there was like 7 illegal cards in his list. We went through the list. It's all good now. And we've got Big C playing Goblins. And I believe we are ready to go.
Yeah. So of note here, the Goblins list is going to be fairly stock standard. You're going to be missing some of the newer cards, like you're going to be missing. I guess it's not newer, so to say, but there will be no Krenko. You
Mhm.
won't have access to Trash Master. You won't have Crater Maker or Chain Whirler is another one. Also won't have Munitions Expert. So this is more than likely just mono red.
Yeah.
Still going to be riding the Aether Vials, though. Oh, there will also be no Cavern of Souls, of note.
Right, because that came out in Avacyn. That came out in Avacyn, so that is
Yeah.
a really big card to be missing.
Not that it's
They
going to matter in this matchup, but of note, there is no Cavern of Souls for Pre-Innistrad Goblins.
we get the super sick deal of dealing with there is still Aether Vial as it came out in Darksteel.
Yeah. Aether Vial is a good one for sure.
So here, players are excuse me, putting together, shuffling up, dealing, getting ready to go, and
Yeah. Yeah, sorry for the delays there. People were just trying to get all the links all sorted out and find all the players. So
no, I'm gonna shame Doc here. Doc went out to dinner and forgot, and so he just got back on time. So it was so Doc missed almost missed his round. So players can resolve mulligans here.
oh, there we go.
Gonna start figuring out. There we go. Welcome back. But yeah, so Doc went to dinner and was picking up food and said Astrid played too fast, even though their game almost went to time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shame this man. So deciding who goes first here. So who do you like here? We've got this super cool bug Nick Fit deck with I personally think Goblins is just gonna roll here. So
I am kind of the same opinion. I think Goblins is heavily favored in this matchup. However, I'm not going to lie. There is a Birthing Pod in Doc's list, which makes me want Doc to get there. Birthing Pod and
yeah,
Recurring Nightmare is super cool.
yeah. So players getting ready here.
Looks like Big C just had to run off there. Oh, grabbing a drink.
Um, so players getting in here. So welcome to round 3, our final round of the night. I'm super excited to get this game on the road. We've got a super cool matchup here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really, really fun matchup. I think Doc's going to have a little bit of workout for him because his deck is very, very high mana. We got 4s, 5s, 6s. So it's going to be a really, really fun. So turn 1 Aether Vial. Perfect start for Big C.
Yep. Fantastic start.
Yep.
Of
I
note
do.
here as well, that Doc just absolutely loves his Deathrite Shaman playmat. There is actually a little doodle that he had Steve Argyle do when he picked it up of Deathrite Shaman on the playmat. You can see it just behind the Misty there. That being said, Deathrite Shaman has not been printed yet as of the time of this format.
As much as he loves the card, not legal in this format.
Yeah.
So Gia Z for 0.
So this will be Green Sun Zenith. Or
Yep.
Green Sun Zenith, a Dryad Arbor.
I believe that was a GS, a Grand Sun Zenith.
Yeah.
So we'll grab the Dryad Arbor.
Yeah.
So great start here from Doc. So untap upkeep draw for Big C with the Aether Vial activation. I mean Aether Vial trigger up to 1.
Yep.
So very, very excited here. So I believe that's a pretty nasty card to see turn 2.
Yep. Of note as well, like not that it may matter very much, but just Rashad and Port hitting the Dryad Arbor could be fun.
Oh, That's always my favorite, is to just tap down the Dryad Armor. Cool. Hit me with it. I love to see it. All right, cool. I'm gonna tap it down with my port. Thank you. Thank you, Corey, for telling me to hydrate. I cut soda, so gotta stay hydrated.
There you go.
So right
Yes.
into the
Thank you.
first top of the night. First top of the night, because it is legal in pre-modern in pre-Innistrad Legacy.
Yeah.
Gonna
Oh,
active.
that's bad. That's
That's
bad.
pretty hot. That's pretty hot. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that goblin play. That's turn 1 lackey.
Functionally, yeah. That being said, I really like the Senses Divining Top here. Like the card is just absolutely fantastic. And also Doc is running it as just a one of in the list too. So yeah, we are actually going to see tap down the Dryad Arbor. So in
Mhm.
response, he's going to use the float of mana with the Dryad Arbor to spin the top.
Yep.
Which I was someone's got to make me say spin the top at least once tonight, please.
Spin the top, BB.
Yeah.
Get it going.
Strawberry Shortcake or Red White Painter was a very unfortunate casualty of the Senses Divining Top ban.
Oh,
We've still managed to make it work by way of another super broken artifact that had to be banned in a format via Smuggler's Copter. But that being said, it's still nowhere near as good as Senses Divining Top is or was.
I love Smuggler's Copter. Copter's the best. So hits
Yeah.
for 1, goes to 19. Oh, it makes a goblin.
Oh,
Got
we're
a
getting the
bunch.
Siege Gang Commander right away. So at the timing of Pre-Innistrad Legacy, Siege Gang Commander is the biggest thing you can put in.
Yeah, absolutely.
4 bodies,
One of
5
the
power, disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Gonna make a shit ton of goblins. So I think we're
Yeah,
counting. I think Big C's just counting how quickly he can kill him next turn.
yeah.
Cool.
Either
I've
that
put
or
you to
he's
18.
explaining to Doc what the card does, because I know for a lot of other more recent players, they probably haven't seen Siege Gang Commander at all or in a hot minute.
Yeah. Doc writes some of the best writes for those of you who are new to the stream. Doc is our writer here at MTGPL Legacy. He posts a weekly document on all of our tournaments here. If you ever have some time, we're gonna be moving them to the Discord to have them more readily accessible here. He has been shouted out on a couple of different sites for his writing. We love all the work that he does. He gives so much insight into
Good call
into all
out,
this.
Chargle. Weekly.
He tries his best. Man's a
Yeah.
full-time epidemiologist, and there's COVID going on. Man
Yeah.
tries his damnedest to get it on time.
Yeah, given what Doc does for a living, the fact that he gets them out monthly is impressive.
Yeah, if that man does it, I'm surprised he does it.
Yeah. Ooh, so we're gonna see a therapy here right away.
Kind of
And
like
also of note, I have never seen someone as good at the blind names off Cabal Therapy as Dr. Leo.
Yeah, but our Big C here is playing this, I think, as well as they could right now.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of so
So
puts Pile Driver, Mountain. So I don't know what the name, and so named Ringleader.
I think that's a good name.
Yeah, so Mountain. So once again, thank you to our wonderful table spotter, Mike. Mountain, 10th Street Denizen, and Hooligan. So not in the 3.
Yeah. Of note as well, and Charble brings up a good point. Doc needs a blocker this turn because otherwise that Goblin Pile Driver will be lethal. Or very close to lethal. Oh, actually, he needs multiple blockers because he can tap down the Dryad Arbor, and he's also got a Gem Palm Incinerator. And the Gem Palm Incinerator will burn anything for 6 damage right now.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Pretty on point with the blind therapies. Yeah, I saw that. That was a pretty good call out.
Yeah,
But
that was pretty nasty.
Yeah, I guess though that's part of an unfortunate casualty of having a pet deck that you're known for. I know as soon as people figure out I'm on Painter, the blind names are pretty good.
I have gotten destroyed by blind names. It can just ruin you if a player gets what they're looking for.
Yeah. Interesting. So I actually like this here. Oh, maybe. I was gonna say I actually like the. So he's flashing back to Cabal Therapy, and the issue here is that giving the 2 mana means that Big C can cycle this Gem Palm Incinerator right now if you want, because otherwise, it might get stripped away. Because if you're in Dock Shoes, you're definitely choosing the Gem Palm Incinerator here for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. That would be a good thought. The trouble is if he does have Deed in hand,
Yeah.
which is a possibility. So Dock down to 17 here with the double fetch there, grabbing a forest and an island, I believe.
Excuse me.
You're
Of
right.
note,
I
though.
did.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said the wrong goblin. This is Ken Krenko Street, Tin Street Kingpin. I said the wrong goblin.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike,
Tin
for holding
Street
me.
Hooligan.
So cycles the gem palm, like you said.
And then reveals what looks like a second siege game.
I believe so.
Gross. Well, that's interesting. And the other thing of note here too, that's kind of worrisome if I'm in Doc shoes, is so there is a deed here, which is actually super good, and I actually like popping it right now because this puts you down to literally Siege Gang and Pile Driver, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, and it hits the Aether Vial. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it does hit the 1 mana.
Yeah, all the tokens, the Lackey, and the Vial will go.
That's a huge hit.
Yeah. Oof. That being said, though, having a Siege Gang in hand with that other mountain as well means that there's potential to play a Siege Gang next turn. So you need to have a second Pernicious Deed now.
And Charble, to answer your question, yes, he did. He did have Deed. There you go. So we will see here how Big C responds to losing a lot of his board state, but able to come back a little bit. Not as bad of a board state as Doc is in, with just 4 lands, I believe.
Yeah.
So
here's
gonna play the
number
mountain.
5. Crunch. So we're gonna come in here for 5 damage. 2/2 Siege Gang, and then we also have the 3/2 Pile Driver.
Yeah, we're gonna see another Pile Driver here.
Siege
I mean,
Gang.
not Siege Gang. I'm so bad with goblins. I remember when we had that infamous, I believe it was Mike, our table spotter tonight, playing against Frosty in that Elves Goblins matchup. I was table spotting. I was so bad at naming which goblins were on the battlefield. So bad at it.
You gotta broaden your horizons, but play more decks.
I do. I love everything control. I love Death and Taxes. I love Espervile, and I love Delver, and I love Arclight Phoenix. The control decks. No big deal.
On another note, you should totally play that Arclight Phoenix deck on stream because that was sick.
I gotta get my I gotta get the rest of the I gotta get the rest of the Lotus Petals because they were so needed.
Yeah.
It was so bad not playing with them.
I agree. Yeah, if I was in Doc shoes, I would tank your hard because that if you don't have a Pernicious Deed to answer this, this Pile Driver must die this turn. Absolutely must.
Probably going over amount of damage on the table.
Yeah. Which Pile Driver attacks for 11 for reference.
Yeah.
My standard deck is 4 Flying Mesmeric Fiends.
Sometimes it just gets there.
Yep.
So let's see here. Doc deep in the tank here. Gonna play an Eternal Witness. So gonna grab the Pernicious Deed. Absolutely.
Yep. 100%. So of note here, by playing out the deed, he can at least deed for 0 here and at least kill all the tokens.
Yeah, which I believe is exactly what he did.
Yeah.
So deed for 0, kill the tokens.
Yeah. So now this is an attack for 9 instead of what
11.
would have been 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would have been 18 otherwise.
Yeah.
Because the Pile Driver alone would have been 11. Pile Driver is only attacking for 5.
Mm-hmm. Would have been a brutal hit.
Yeah. Doc is also very, very excited about being able to play his old unglued lands and not losing percentage points.
So Ewit's gonna block, I believe that
The
is
pile
the pile
driver.
driver. Yeah.
Yeah. And if I'm Big C, I am definitely throwing one of these Siege Gang commanders at the Eternal Witness immediately.
Yeah.
Just because that the Eternal Witness having 2 power is going to trade with the pile driver.
Yeah.
So that being said, I also probably would have attacked and then done this before blocks.
Yeah. I think it still sets up to make Doc make sure that block happens in the first place.
Yeah.
Um, you know, make sure that you're making sure that Doc's mind sits exactly where you think it is. Which I have no problem with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the problem there, Solsera, with playing snow control or just snow in general, is that your choices on basic lands are severely limited.
mhm. So shoots Ewit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so it looks like we're doing the proper thing now. Declare the attacks, pile driver gets the trigger, and then immediately shoot before blocks.
Yeah. Takes 7, goes to 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, cool. I have a pretty so let's see what happens here with Doc's upkeep here. What can
Yeah.
Doc get at? What can Doc pull out of this hole he's kind of put himself in?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to see him just slam a Grave Titan or something crazy.
That would be amazing. I actually really like the whole just paying a blue mana for the Git Probe here. So, of note, Doc's actually playing Gitaxian Probe and Sensei's Divining Top in the same deck. Ooh, there's a Wasteland there.
Yeah, seems good.
Not bad.
Yep, so
Git Probe's
Tin
in the
Street in
yard.
hand. Let's see what Doc can do here. But big props to Big C. Great Goblin pilot so far. Been playing really, really well.
Yeah.
This is a big play. Green Sun
Ooh,
Zenith
Green
for
Sentinel for
5.
5.
Yeah.
Looks like it's 5.
So that could be that's an acidic slime if I've seen one.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like he changed his
It's
mind there on the fetching.
X equals 4.
X
So
equals 4. Interesting.
Thrune or Sower.
Ooh, Obstinate Baloth, gaining 4 life here.
Ooh, that feels really good.
Yeah. Big
So
old 4/4.
yep. I like that a lot.
Very hungry cat. She's very, very upset that I haven't fed her yet.
But there's legacy going on.
I know. It's stream time, kitty. I'm sorry.
So Obstinate Baloth gets Doc up to 9 out of the lethal hole here.
Yeah. On
Doesn't
top of being a great big creature too. So yeah, Mia cares not. Yeah, she is a very tolerant cat and I love her for it.
So let's see what Big C here can find off the top.
Yeah. That being said, having the Siege Gang still puts you in a pretty good position because if you need to, you can just shoot something.
It's a wasteland.
Yeah.
That's gotta feel pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. That being said, though, Doc with the basics is looking not too bad either. Nice things about veteran explorer decks.
Yeah, definitely not terrible to see a bunch of basics. So Big C here in the tank.
Yeah, in the tank, big time. So that's the other question here is, oh, we know he has the Tim Street Hooligan in hand. So do you play the Hooligan and then proceed to shoot down the Baloth, and then I would imagine what you'd probably do actually is you just play the Hooligan, move to attacks, hit for 3 with the pile driver, response again before block, shoot it twice.
Yeah. So wasting the waste there, good thing to see on the table.
Yeah. I actually do kind of like that too, just wasting the waste and then just porting. That's not bad. Because again, when you're playing Nick Fit, you got a lot of you got a lot of big mana spells. Looks like we're just passing back though. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, second pile driver. Ouch. Things are gonna get real big real fast.
That's brutal.
Yeah. At this point, I would probably just throw the hooligan out there just to have another body.
Yeah,
Just because
that's
that next turn, even then you can attack with the pile drivers, and if they're getting, +6/+0 each, right? They're gonna do so much damage that it doesn't even matter if they connect or not.
yeah, that's pretty big. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
So I think Big C is contemplating that so hard right now. So yeah, gonna crack. Gonna play the does finally fetch off of that air mace. It's been sitting there for a pretty long time. Grabs the
Yeah.
mountain. Cast the hooligan.
Yes, I know. Yeah, a 4-mana 4/4 that doesn't draw a card.
So upkeep taps the bayou. And then Doc passes place.
Plays the
Jeez.
land and just passes back. This is a rough place to be. Is that a Goblin War Chief?
I think so.
Oh gosh, this is gonna hurt so bad.
Yeah, that's a war chief. That may just do it.
I think that's probably lethal no matter how you swing it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Doc sees it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Going to game 2 here.
Yeah. Well, if for no other reason than the hasty other threat means that those pile drivers are attacking for 9 +1 from the chieftain, so you have 10 power just in 2 creatures alone. Those each pile driver is lethal on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So on Doc's side, for the sideboard, we have 1 copy of Tormod's Crypt, 2 copies of Carpet of Flowers, 2 Flusterstorm, 1 Pithing Needle, 2 Surgical Extraction, 2 Thoughtseize, 2 Crows and Grip, 1 Jace the Mind Sculptor, 1 Bribery, and 1 Massacre Worm.
So I really like Pithing Needle coming in, just naming Vile, just getting it out of the way. I also really personally like Massacre Worm
Oh, yeah.
against the Goblin deck. It just feels so brutal to hit. Allowing all creatures to get -2/-2 until the end of turn, and then also when all that places, whenever a creature and opponent dies, that player loses 2 life. So that can just be a big swing on the other side of the table.
Yeah. And of note
Um,
as well, Doc is running a Birthing Pod deck, so he can find that whenever he needs.
yeah, exactly. So that's just a huge find. Anything else you like from Doc's list on that side?
Not really, actually. I'm just trying to think. There could be some niche corner case for the surgical extraction, but I think the Pithing Needle answering the Aether Vial should be good. And then again, Doc playing Nick Fit as well. Doc also has a ton of main deck answers to a lot of what's going on over here.
Absolutely. He just has to find it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So on the other side, we've got 3 Chalice of the Voids, 1 Goblet King, 1 Pyroblast, 2 Red Elemental Blasts, 2 Mindbreak Traps, 3 Pyrokinesis, and 3 Relic of Progenitus. I personally would love to see some Rebs come in against some cards like hitting V-Click, Glenelendra. Not that he saw any of these cards.
Yeah.
I don't even think we saw Brainstorm hit the table there from Doc that game. So maybe not the best card to bring in now because of the little information we saw.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's your big thoughts here on what comes in?
I actually really like Chalice of the Void here. It stops Veteran Explorer on top of Cabal Therapy.
Yeah.
And
Stops.
stopping Cabal Therapy can be massive.
Also stops Divining Top.
Also stops SDT. That is true.
Yeah.
Oh, and Get Probe, which we did see Get Probe game 1.
Yeah, so we know that this can stop Veteran Explorer, Cabal Therapy, Brainstorm, Get Probe, Sensei's Divine Top all at the same time. And then also, if we saw how much mana Big C can get, he was there with 6, 7, 8 mana there at the end. That could just just stopping some of the big things. A Chalice on 2, a Chalice on 3
Yeah,
can really just shut out a player there.
exactly. And yeah, Charbel, Relic, and Progenitus is a must. I agree there. However, though, of note, whatever Big C does put the Chalice on, with the lack of Cavern of Souls, there is no way to play through your own Chalice.
Yeah.
And yeah, Relic, I think yeah, Relic could be good. Yeah, Doc showing off his little Deathrite Shaman doodle there. Yeah, I could see that as well, Charbel, for not bringing in Chalice. Yeah, Lackey and Killdeed. I think that makes sense. At the same time, though, I still think that for lack of better options, it could be a thing. But then again, I'm also not a Goblins main player, so
Ugh.
yeah. So Sarah Vile does play through Chalice, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Lackey is just an absolute monster of a card in this matchup.
Yeah, yeah. The lack of removal is kind of huge, especially like in that game one there, because we saw the Rashadan port come down to tap the Dryad Arbor, which took it off of blocking duty for the Lackey. Just then it connecting, putting in that Siege Gang Commander was just gross.
Yeah, it was absolutely massive. So as Doc here, so we do know that excuse me. Oh, excuse me. We do see Big C here keeping 7, and we do see Doc here contemplating and then finally deciding to keep his 7 with Doc on the play. We're gonna see some fun stuff here. So Doc going straight into Verdant probably grabs. Yeah, there's a Trop.
Yeah. I'd imagine best turn 1 play here would probably be either, well, I guess not being a Bayou, it's not a Cabal Therapy. SDT is probably one of the best cards you could have named there.
Yeah, I really do like Sensei's Divine Top there. Feels really, really good there. So we're seeing some great stuff here. Hopefully Doc can have a little bit of a good game 1 here, but a quick I believe that's quick Goblin Lackey. Yeah. Quick Lackey.
Which, on that note, that was the one other question I had, is that if that was a turn 1 Cabal Therapy, do you name Lackey or do you name Vile?
I would absolutely, personally, seeing Goblins play, I would name Lackey because we just saw how brutal the deck can be without it.
That's true.
Without Vile. So Vile's not the big like scare here. I think you definitely name Lackey.
I guess, yeah, and your Pernicious Deed can answer Vile whenever you need to anyway.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Lackey, if it connects, it can end the game on its own. So we are seeing the Brainstorms here, which Doc has very nice altered Brainstorms, by the way.
Yes, he does. I wonder if his and mine were done by the same artist.
I wonder. Could be. Actually, the other thing that I find interesting too is that I personally really like the Mercadian Masks art for Brainstorm, but at the same time, the original Ice Age one by Chris Rush lends itself so much better to alterations, I find.
Yeah, absolutely. It allows itself to have the just kind of sit there. But yeah, I agree with you, Solstair, that if there is the disruption for Lackey, I'd name Vile. But we do know personally that Doc does not have much creature removal other than like not a heavy amount of creature removal to deal with the Goblin Lackey. We did see how quickly he could get rid of Vile though. So
interesting. So we're actually going to see a fetch for Dryad Arbor to block the Lackey here, and then an immediate Pyrokinesis, and then right into Siege Gang again. So this is basically a replay of game 1. This is savage.
That's so brutal. Big C having all the answers quickly.
Yeah. And again, that's the other thing as I've said before about Pre-Innistrad, these cards never stopped being good. There's just better things.
Yeah.
Right? Because like this could have been exactly the same thing, except instead of a Siege Gang, you get a Muxus, which is 1,000 times worse. But
yeah. So we are going to see, I believe it's a Phyrexian Tower coming down off of Dockside. So going to sack the Veteran Explorer to it.
So Doc's going to be sitting on 4 mana here.
Yep. I really like that 1-2 piece. So that's really, really nice. Oh, be careful there, Doc. Don't put your deck on top of your library.
Your hand on top of the library.
Yeah, don't do that. It's big spooky.
Yeah. So I'm almost wondering here, grabbing the double forest here, is this just deed crack for 1, kill the lackey and the 3 tokens?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Because you got 4 mana and you got to think about what you're going to do with it. Right. And that's well, I guess technically that lackey's not a pile driver, so it's not going to be like a semi lethal attack here.
So 2 black and a green.
Scavenging ooze.
Ooze.
Interesting.
Okay, so we're gonna see the scavenging ooze come.
And spin the top off the last black mana.
And with one of my personal favorite artists, Dan Scott, who did the best card in Magic the Gathering of all time, Jeskai Ascendancy. Love that man to death. Love Dan
This guy's
Scott.
is a good one.
Very good personal friend of mine. Great artist. But I think that scavenging ooze isn't a bad feat here because he can start eating things from his own graveyard, from Big C's graveyard, and just start gaining life to get around from how big a creature some of those goblins can get.
Yeah. So we're gonna see spin the top, and yeah, I kind of agree with Charvel there with the camera angle there. It does look like you see a deed. It is one of the only downsides about playing over webcam is that depending on how you hold your cards, it's kind of easy to see, and that's kind of one of the things that's nice about the low angles, like what Big C's got going on here. It's very, very hard to show your opponent your hand by accident. That being said, you also need a good camera, otherwise no one will be able to see anything you're doing.
Yeah.
Cycle Gem Palm Incinerator for $1 billion.
Yeah. Making sure that letting Doc know that we can see his hand from our point of view.
And if we can see his hand, so can Big C. That's the major concern.
100% correct. Unfortunately, it's on the player to remember that their cards are being visible by those players.
Yeah. So it looks like he's just going to gain a life here and then put a counter on it and then have it just die and then crunch for 6, I imagine.
Yeah, I think we're going to get some crunches here. So big swings here.
In with the team.
So Doc down to 13 here.
Yeah, this is a big attack. Plus the lackey's putting something in potentially that's going to be horrible as well.
Yeah, Doc kind of on the back foot here. Not exactly. Puts in Goblin Matron after that. Good God.
Yeah. Of note as well. Oh, goodness. I was going to say, Big C hasn't played a land yet this turn. If he goes land into pile driver, Doc's in a whole pile of trouble.
Oh, man. This is just brutal. I think Doc's in a very bad position here. Not anything against his play. It's just not anything's going right for him.
Yeah.
He has probably one of the worst matchups for a deck that wants to go long. He has goblins.
Of note as well, because Doc grabbed double forest, Doc does not have any black mana to cast Pernicious Deed.
Yep.
Gitaxian Probe paying 2 life.
So a shit ton of goblins. And
oh my goodness, this hand is gross.
that's
double
a hand
pile
of
driver,
straight
pyrokinesis. Oh gosh,
straight gas. So Doc's gonna crash. So Doc's gonna force to draw a card here. Finds a Misty.
Yeah. Grabs a black source. I imagine we're going to see Pernicious Deed here and then wait.
I think we have a problem here. I think Doc already played an island for land this turn.
Oh, that is correct, I believe. Yep. Definitely that was the second land for turn. Uh-oh.
So yeah, we'll put the Bayou back into the library. I want to make sure that Doc didn't do this. I want to make sure that Doc plays this correctly if he's going to play it. So we played the. I thought we played the island this turn.
Yeah, we do have it in written record that the island was played earlier this turn.
They both agree he didn't.
Interesting. Yeah. That is exactly the point, yeah. Played island, pays 2 life, cast get probe. That's exactly how it went. Yeah, we'll just have to try and figure this part out here, I guess.
So our table spotter says that they mistyped that the island was already played. So
Interesting. I am fairly positive that island came down this turn, but no, it looks like we're getting it sorted out here, so
it looks like I guess I'm gonna go watch the VOD for this to make sure. But we are gonna see a pernicious deed cracking for 3. So that'll blow up everything. Except the Siege King Lieutenant, I'm pretty sure. Ah, thank you. Yeah, Siege King is 5 mana. 4. See, we don't even know how to count in this Discord. It's fine. So we're gonna see Doc here go for a Sylvan Library here. Let's see. So we've got a pretty busy board state here. So Sylvan Library. Sorry, we lost Adam's. We lost Prez's audio really quick here, I think, or it might have been mine.
hello. Am I back?
Welcome back. Yeah, you're back. Welcome back.
Sorry, I had to just disconnect from Discord there for a second.
You're all good. Plays a Goblin War Marshal on top of everything.
This is a rough spot to be in for sure. Fetch down to 2. Oof.
I can't read or count. That's why I play elves. True. Math is for blockers. That's why I play Death and Taxes. Math is for blockers.
I don't know. I like playing the intricate, complex decks like Painter.
Yeah,
the amount of rules that Painter is unconventionally breaking or making perform weirdly is so bizarre. Oh, my cat did something to my computer.
It's all good. So Doc down to 2 life here with a Sylvan on board. 6 mana. This could be a Massacre Worm. No, that's I believe that's a Grave Titan.
It is a Grave Titan. That is a promo art Grave Titan.
That's such a hot art.
Yep.
So
And
enters battlefield, creates 2 token zombies.
Which is a fantastic place to be too. Oh, I know what that noise is. I have a cable in my computer that apparently just moved into one of the fans. That's unfortunate.
Oof. Big oof there. Unfortunate. So
I'll have to fix that as soon as I'm done here.
So let's see. Big C in the tank here. What they want to do. I think they're gonna cycle. And I think that might just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grave Titan kill. And then as our wonderful table spot, Mike says just kills Doc.
Yeah.
And Big C takes it on goblins.
Well done. Very well played
Rach.
by both players today.
He did have the massacre worm in hand. I was so ready for it. I
Yeah.
was so ready for it. Alrighty, guys. So that is going to wrap up our Pre-Innistrad Legacy Fight Night here on the MTG Paper Legacy Discord Twitch. We have our Saturday tournament running this Saturday. Signups go out Thursday. We'd love to see as many players as we can. I'd love to see us break 35 players up to 40 players if we could this week. That would be so awesome. Finals are streamed on the Twitch channel. And our last Tuesday of this month is our league finals. I'm Pope
That's
Hoffy.
not for a couple weeks yet, but
Yeah. All right, guys. So I'm Pope Hoffy. That's Prez. We will catch you guys very, very soon. You guys have a great night.
thank you all for joining us and have a good one.